What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Here with you at Cool Crypto, where we talk about all your favorite cryptos out there. All right, guys. Thank you guys for joining the stream. I appreciate each and every one of you coming here to stop by. Do me a favor as you guys are joining the stream. Don't forget to hit that like button and let YouTube know that you are enjoying the cool crypto content. So, as promised today, welcome Lillian Tribe, Stoddy Crypto. I see you've been here for a couple minutes. What's going on, buddy? Patiently waiting since 1:30 a.m. I hear you, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring in some of my guests over here that we had planned since yesterday. Let's start off with Lewis, and then we have Will as well. So I just want to welcome them, and first time them being on the channel here. Thank you guys for scheduling accordingly and being available to chit chat about our live AMA recap. How are you guys feeling today, man?
Very bullish.
Very bullish, man. Very good. Very good.
That's what I'm talking about. What did you guys think of our AMA this morning, man? Do you guys think that the devs truly over-delivered?
I think the devs delivered. I wouldn't say over-delivered, but they delivered. I mean, you know, they hold their own. I mean, they got like some cards stacked against them, and they just keep showing up, keep doing the thing that they're doing, and you know, I'm proud of it. It actually went pretty well today. You know, on my side of things, we didn't overhype it. We have a tendency of overhyping it. Me and Lewis both. We just like sometimes overhype it. So I was trying to take a little bit of a step back, not pushing it too hard. I think Lewis is doing the same. Some of the other guys are doing the same, but they hit their mark. I feel really good about today.
Nice. What about you, Lewis? Talk to me, man.
No, same thing. I'm trying to multitask because I know Stoddy was like, let's put the link in the Telegram. Stoddy, I see you. I'm trying to do that. Maybe someone, Cody or someone can post a link up there for us. But if not, I'll do it right now. But yeah, overall, hey, they delivered. You know the conditions that we're in right now. And, you know, hey, our group is holding strong. And I'm excited to see where it goes. I feel like this could be a nice little on-ramp to something bigger to come in the next couple of weeks or months. So, you know,
yeah,
that was cool.
I feel like we're developing a good core right now, like a real good team.
Yeah. I would absolutely agree. Now, for those of you who are just tuning in and you guys are not aware who Will and Lewis are, they're actually some of the day ones, as I would call them, who have been with Lillian Finance since the beginning. They are, I want to say, amazing members of the community who talk about the product on a daily basis. And I got a high level of respect for the both of you, man, because on top of your busy lives, I know, Lewis, you have kids. Will, do you have kids?
3 of them.
There you go. On top of their busy lives, their work, their families, they're out here shilling 24/7, man. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and I see Lewis post like 3 minutes ago, and I'm like, what is he still doing up?
Lewis is a machine. He don't sleep. I don't think he does. I just don't know how he does it.
Yeah, coming from you, Will, to say that I'm a machine, that's awesome, because I wake up and there's 97 tweets from William with different pictures and different hashtags and different everything. Man.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, as you're coming into the live stream, please make sure you hit that like button. And actually, as I mentioned and as I promised, I did say that we were going to have some surprise guests. So they are our surprise guests, but we have none other than Cody. Wait, guys.
I heard somebody was talking smack that we don't over-deliver. No, I completely understand. We do not over-deliver. We try not to over-deliver.
Well, on my watch, I think you guys are doing an amazing job. But check this out. Here at Cool Crypto, the channel, we also over-deliver. I have none other than Brad as well.
There's Captain Over-Deliver.
Some of you have your mics muted. Oh, there you go. Okay.
Oh, hey guys. Sorry, I had my mic muted.
There you go. There you go.
Good afternoon. Good morning to some. I saw one was 1:30 a.m. somewhere.
Howdy, boss.
Donnie Perry, what's up, boys? What's going on, buddy? How you doing? There you go with the thumbs up. Give the man a like. Yes, please listen to Derek Hine. Give the man a like on your way in. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. I'm going to go ahead and just announce this while everybody's here. We are actually doing a contest where I am giving away officially $300 worth of Lillian Finance. This is not sponsored by the team in any way, shape, or form. This is coming from me, and we're going to do this draw at the 500 subscriber mark. So make sure that if you're not subscribed and you're here, make sure you hit the subscribe button, okay? If you're watching later, don't forget to hit that notification bell as well. We got that RHDC5 sub homies. Then we got Cody. He's everywhere, man. He's in the chat. He's everywhere. But pretty much we're going to be doing a live recap here, and then I'm just going to go around with each and every one of you because I got a couple questions as well. But first and foremost, man, I got to say you guys really, truly over-delivered. One of the first things that you guys really just came out with was a burn. Now, I know recently we did a burn on when we had the solar eclipse or lunar party, whatever it was. I think it was like 200 trillion tokens, right?
That is correct. 200 trillion.
Now you guys stepped it up and you guys turned it up a notch. We went up to 300 trillion. Talk to me. We'll start off with Brad. What inspired you guys to get started on a 300 trillion burn, and who was the mastermind behind this?
Well, here's the thing. Barney's going to one-up me. I got 200 trillion. Of course, he's going to do 300 trillion. I guess, Brad's going to pop in and blow us all away.
I was not the mastermind behind this one. No. The team asked to do some things and, have some fun with some stuff. I'm an open book and like to go with the flow of most of it. So I was, they asked me, they were asking me live on the giveaway, and it caught me off guard actually earlier today, which was funny. I should have rattled off a bigger number, but no, these guys are really good at what they're doing, and they're having fun with it. And they're in the trenches with the community, with William and everybody else, and you guys that are all in this video, and other folks that aren't. So, when someone asks to do something, just turn it loose, keep on.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Agreed. Talk to me, William. How do you feel about this 300 trillion burn?
I like it. I have mixed feelings. Okay, let's put it that way. I don't really know how much it does for us. I think I've said this several times before. You got to deploy your wallets. You take money out. You can put money in. I know scarcity does make a token increase in value. But we have 120 quads. We're early on. We're not on a lot of exchanges. Is it helping? I don't know. Does it make people feel good? Absolutely. So I like that. I think that we should do more in the future, but I think we should advertise it. Like, hey, in 10 days, we're going to do a burn if we reach this mark. Get 200 more holders or 100 more holders, or let's hold 1-0 for 24 hours and we'll do a quad, something like that, because then you have incentive. I know the intentions are amazing. People are, I know that it's real money. It's not Monopoly. So all the intentions were in the right place. I just think that it could be done a little different maybe. And I'm going to sit up at this point. That's how
I'm just watching Cody wave his phone. I want to see what he's doing, man.
I'm sending a text message to someone. This is entirely business, I assure you.
All right. Let's go over to Lewis, man. Lewis, talk to me, man. How do you feel about this 300 trillion burn?
Good, man. I think, it's just another step in the right direction. And, I could also see William's anxiety and also thoughts. And what I did like about today was the whole, and this is getting ahead, right? The whole contest situation. That was William's idea. It shows that we are listening to our community and willing to like put our money where our mouth is and like really listen from folks on the ground and say, all right, you know what? You have a great idea. Let's try it out. Similar with the burn and similar with other things that I think are to come. If we get more community input, there's a lot of smart people in our community. I think we could really do some great things. The burn was just a great example of us like taking a stand in the current market conditions and saying, hey, we're going to burn some tokens and we want our holders to be rewarded.
That being said, well, before I move on to the next part, honestly, I mean, the whole 300 trillion burn for me, a huge fan of the burn. Obviously, it's a phenomenal idea. And to be completely honest with you, I don't truly see a lot of tokens out there doing manual burns or buybacks at the current moment. Some of them are. I'm not going to say they're not, but at the current moment, the most recent one that I saw, it was Terrarium, and they were doing it because they celebrated their 10,000 holder. We're well before that, and we've already burned over 500 trillion tokens. So I think it's phenomenal, and I look forward to future burns if that's within your guys' plans. I'm not trying to put you guys on the spot or anything, but that's just my point of view. But I do want to go over back to William because this was part of the AMA and some of the stuff that was delivered over the buying contest. Talk to us a little bit more, William. How did you come up with this idea, and what led you to just what motivated you to say, hey, let's get the devs involved and let's get this contest rolling?
Well, a lot of reasons, honestly. I'm a firm believer that the human connection. I think Mark Cuban once said that he learned the hard way that altcoins is driven by community. I know this is a corporation that built a token, but the community is really going to make a difference, at least in the first year. I think it's going to make a huge difference. With that being said, human connection, human interaction, human. If you like somebody, you want to be involved. You like being part of something. Social media, Facebook, Twitter, whatever your thing is, you want to be part of it. You're going to stay there. And you're going to be, I mean, like, I don't want to really talk about Saitama, but because they're insidious, but they've got a clique. They got an organization, a group of people that are diehard people because they've made some sort of connection there. So I've had a few different involvements with different tokens in the past. I've seen a lot of different, I've probably seen 15 or 16 different contests. This one is a fairly simple one to do, but I find that people like it. So I suggested it. It's not the only one that I've suggested. I think we should do these more often, weekly, bi-weekly, whatever the case is. It keeps people excited. I mean, think about it. You sell, you're out of the contest, period. The reason to hold. You buy, you don't have to buy a lot. Let's face it. You go buy a lottery ticket for $10. You got a 1.2 million chance of winning something. If we have 1,000 buys in the next 6 days, we'll be really happy. But that means you have a 5 in 1,000 chance of winning 3 trillion. So the odds are even good. So there's community action. Then you add the fact that there's no buy tax, more community action. Then you got to burn. It's a culmination of a lot of things that causes some excitement, some community engagement. So yeah, I'm always looking for ideas or things that I can like suggest or other people say that like we can like do this together and just grow as a community.
I love that. I truly love it, man. And you know what? This is what I'm talking about when I say that you guys have an amazing commitment to the community, not only just to help out, but to bring in ideas to the project, reaching out to the developers, and they're here. They're taking us into consideration, just to prove a point to everybody out there. If you guys ever have questions or if there's anything you guys need, the devs have clearly said it themselves. Reach out to us. Obviously, they can't get to you all right away because obviously they have their team meetings. They're working on the project itself. So just patience is key, guys. But I want to move over to Lewis. Lewis, what do you think about this contest, man? How many times have you bought already today?
Maybe a couple times already. No, listen, I think this is great. And where my thoughts are going around this, and, big shout out to Crypto Knight, Stoddy, taking the initiative on starting the Facebook group. And Leo, obviously, Leo's everywhere, man. And he's like another dedicated community member. There's a group of us that I say are just, Brad, directly to you. We see the potential of Lillian in a way that I think we try to reflect that out to the broader community. There is no new project out there that is like Lillian, period. And we are like anxious to like get things out there because we want the world to know. We want the world to see like what is Lillian Finance all about and Lillian Bay Foundation. So the contest is a great opportunity of it, but we would love to see more engagement from the official Twitter page on it, right? Like get the info out there. There's 45,000 followers on our official Twitter page. how can we leverage that? How can we use that community that's already there to push this out to the broader audiences? And I think we're all here to help, but we can do so much more. And this contest is a good step forward in that direction. So, oh man, I'm eager. I'm excited. And it's a weird echo.
So you're clarify for me. Engagement over just content, right?
100%. The other thing you could think of too is like the burn and contest is a great idea. Maybe next time let's take a few ETH and I don't know, bring in from your own group, from your own ecosystem. I don't know, give William, this is an example, a drastic example, give William something, right? He puts out 60 tweets a day, but maybe add some more, light the fire underneath it a little bit more. There's other folks in the community, or think of something that we're building. How I envision this is like our ecosystem within our Lillian finance community could be full of rock stars in a way that no other project is also doing it. That's where like my vision for this community is. It's Leo, quite frankly, you know, he is Albanian. I'll use him as a reference. He is so connected within the crypto community, and he is so talented in the way he like understands crypto. How can we hone that talent? How can we keep it and then grow it? I think there's so much of a unique opportunity here within all of us that, Brad, we're all here to help out, man, and like use us. Use us.
Yeah, I have that. We'll reach out. I'll reach out to him directly. You know, I had a private meeting with marketing team a day and a half ago, private, owner to owner. And Twitter was on the forefront of what's going on. They actually asked me to start rolling out some of the backstory of Lillian to go start over at day one and start pushing forward. And what are they allowed to start doing on top of the contest and everything else? So I did address it. You know, I put their focus on a foundation page, about page, and other things, and paid media that's coming out too, also that no one sees, and video work they're doing, marketing team. And there's another set of video work that we've already filmed and we're going back and forth on edits on. And then there's also a documentary. There's a lot of moving parts. Just marketing, people scream marketing. Well, you know, the narrative has to be downloaded. I have to get the history in the drives. I have to explain it to folks that have never seen it. Yeah, just putting stuff out there to show right away is kind of cart before the horse, you know, which we did this week a little bit. We're also bracing for one of the biggest catalysts we've ever seen in marketing and national spotlight media. So I'm prepping those folks. And it's taken my personal time because I grew up with raised Lily. I was there in the beginning. What does this video mean? I don't understand what it even means. I don't understand this newspaper article. How does it correlate to this now? You know, and it took a little time this week, but owner to owner, marketing company to Lillian Finance was a really good meeting. And I really resonates with me, Lewis, on how how do we utilize people moving forward? Well received. I hear you loud and clear. Probably like to get maybe a working Google Doc, Cody, on that. Let those guys go nuts on it. Definitely add me to it, and let's pound some ideas out. I mean, don't make it a whole book or thesis, but let's get something down.
Something like at least a document to put together.
One of the big drives for sure. Let's, and then because like Leo, for example, from Albania, there's the sky's the limit. What you can, what we can do with that moving forward. I think you're going to be really happy with what's going on and where we're going. In and out of where the greatest debate in the country is going to have to be, and it's going to be a fun one.
And just to add one last thing, Brad, one of the best decisions y'all made was have Cody be involved in the Telegram community.
Yes.
All jokes aside, Cody has been killing it, and he sets the tempo right for how the Telegram essentially moves, whatever directions and the sentiments around there. And I think it's given us moderators of the Telegram even more confidence of when things are getting a little ugly. We have our dev there that's backing us up in decisions that we make, and he's very talented, man. Really happy with having Cody on the team.
Proud of him, and everybody's working on an equal playing field too. Even though Cody calls me the boss, we're equals at the end of the day, working hard in every direction. So we're really working hard on specific fundamentals, and I think the growth coming out of this bear market is going to show dividends on a level no one's ever seen. the partners that are coming in and the partners that are on board that we're about to announce, it's going to pay dividends. It's amazing.
Yeah, Brad, I hear everything you say, and I agree with your background. I know that you know what you're talking about. In this space, I guess for no other reason than FUD, and for lack of a better word, whiny little girls that want to complain a lot. In the interim, okay, in between big things, in between macros, if we could do something on the social media side or the TG side on the daily that's even real minor to keep the engagement there, to keep presence there. I mean, there's days that go by that you see nothing on Twitter, nothing on Reddit, nothing on Facebook. There's days that go by. I read once somewhere that if you haven't made a post in 24 hours, you're no longer relevant. This is the space we're in. This is the venue we've chosen, or the media we've chosen to do this product. And with that being said, we kind of have to live a little bit in that atmosphere. Once those big things happen, I know that we're definitely. I've listened to you. I've seen every AMA. I believe 100% in the project. I just think that there's got to be some fill-in stuff that doesn't have to be micromanaged so much,
right,
that keep the engagement and for Cody's benefit and all the mods benefits. When the people on the TGs, it's like, oh, there's nothing going on. This product's dead. Da, 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 da. We know it's not dead. We know you don't put your life on this. We know that Barney doesn't get a tattoo based on this. We know that Lillian is a real human living. Lily's a real human being. And this is a project of love. We know it's going somewhere. But the people that are not as involved or doesn't completely understand the daily engagement from social media, I think is very important. And as a catalyst to bringing people into the TG. People may have to be in the TG for a while or see 100 tweets before they make a purchase. People make small purchases before they make the big buy. Those all things need to happen. And that's why you see some shit coins that like blow up. They just happen to have the right engagement at the right time.
And that's where I kind of got to give you a hands down praise, Cody, because obviously you guys are all equals and you guys are putting in the same amount of work. I would hate to see what your calendar looks like, because I like to chill as much as I can with whatever little time I have. So now we have Cody not only engaging in the Telegram group, kind of stepping in, but he also has his calendars for Tuesdays and Thursdays where he engages with the community. There you go. See, look at that, man. Showing us the calendar live. He has Tuesdays and Thursdays booked for the community, man, where he's doing the all famous DeFi double shot Twitter spaces, man. And I really got to say I'm impressed, because during this bear market that we're currently in, I'm not seeing a lot of activity for a lot of projects that I'm currently invested in. I'm seeing a heavy engagement from Lillian Finance, but where are the remainder of the communities and where are the remainder of the developers? They go missing during these hard times. They don't want to do the burns. They don't want to figure out ways to get the community involved and get everybody get their token back on the map. So this is where I kind of got to say, hands down, I'm very proud of what the team is doing. But moving on to the next topic, I know that you guys have done this before, and you guys are very famous for this. This is probably the third or fourth time that you guys have done the tax-free buys. What's the plan behind that, Cody? I know you've mentioned it before on the DeFi double shot. For those of you who are not aware of what the DeFi double shot is, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 a.m. Pacific, 19. Sorry, I had to count my fingers. 11 a.m. Eastern on Twitter. Make sure you catch us. I know you mentioned it last time on the DeFi double shot when I asked you, but tell me a little bit more about what's the plan behind the tax-free buys.
Why not? It doesn't have to be part of a grand plan. Sometimes it can just be, you know what, why not? In a bear market, it's not really moving a whole lot. There's no volume really going on unless you catch 2 or 3 pumps, mostly from meme coins, things like that. I know Luna's had a fiasco here lately, but ultimately, look, it's like, you keep thinking me and Brad and all of us, you have to understand, it is hard not to be motivated whenever we have the kind of community that we have. You can turn around and look at Saitama, you can look at Luna, you can look at all these other projects up there, even Everrise. They have a lot of amazing people involved in their project, but they're not y'all. They're not. Why wouldn't we turn off taxes, tax-free buys? Why wouldn't we want to do a burn? It's sentiment. And we do have people out there like Luis, like William, like yourself, like Ryan Patrick, that guys, there's no doubt. There's absolutely no doubt. Years from now, down the road where this project is concerned, y'all will have been as monumental to making this happen as anybody on the dev team. So it's at this point anything we can do. And unfortunately, like I've said multiple times, guys, we're a small dev team. Our bandwidth is only so far. But y'all come in and you're like adding RAM to a gaming computer. You actually extend out what we are capable of that much further. And y'all have no idea how appreciative we are.
Oh, and we appreciate you guys too. Now, real quick, for the sake of transparency, I want to bring up this question. I haven't done my research on this, but if there's any way that you guys might be able to address this while we're live here, I have T. Costi here who's asking. Sorry, I just joined. I noticed earlier there was a tax-free sale that snuck its way through. Is that repaired? So I personally haven't checked the transaction since we did the burn today. I don't know if that's confirmed.
There was mention of one earlier today on Telegram, but then somebody else turned around and popped up and said that they got reflections off of it. So I tell you what, I'm not for sure one way or the other. I haven't been able to look into it, and I haven't gotten to talk to Barney this afternoon to check and see if he has. But if you'll submit the hash to me, we're happy to look into it and see what's going on there. Or
okay, there you have it, T. Costi. Submit the hash. This is what I'm talking about when I say that the devs have been transparent since day one. They have always invited, if you guys ever have any issues, to make sure you submit that information over. So just kind of touching up on the tax-free buys. Brad, how do you feel about that?
I think it's a good catalyst, let the community enjoy buying. I think, the loyal folks, just let it ride in the bear market. It's not hurting anything either way. But back to Cody, that sentiment, we're all here together. I don't, the gate's down, let it, when they come into leadership and say, hey, we want to do this, we're not going to squash something brought up unless it's just, something, some things get turned off, but like anything for the community is a yes, mostly from leadership. So, I think it's fun. Everybody rallies around it. We have a lot of fun with it. I think we should do it in the uptick too a little bit once we get moving. When markets recover. So
I agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah. Let's go over to William real quick. William, talk to me, man. How do you feel about these tax-free buys?
It's just more ammunition. I mean, I like it. You add that to the contest. So now you have incentive to buy. Now you have more incentive to buy, and you have incentive to hold. 4th of July, holiday special, anything that, we could show in the tax-free buys and contests, I can show that all weekend. It doesn't get old. It's still going on. So it's just more community engagement, more things to be excited about. So yeah, I'm a fan for sure.
I'm a huge fan myself, man. Go ahead, Brad.
Even little Lily's wallet, she's watching it like a hawk. Every time I'm in the car with her, she's like, oh, Dad. And it's her little one on her phone, personal phone. It's her wallet, it's her fun, and she watches it. But she's in here buying on the tax free. So even though she's out in Camas, Washington right now with Mom, she called me today and asked what's going on, and it's fun. She really gets involved with the fun stuff going on the company. So she's doing some
what?
That's so awesome.
It's a life lesson in finances that I wish that I had a lot younger than I got. So kudos to you, sir.
It's fun though. It's a good bonding moment too on the downtime with daughter. I put a lot of stuff out this week with her from Nashville. You guys saw some of the stuff I put on Twitter.
Not only that, but you're also putting her a step ahead, Brad, because eventually when crypto does become obviously adopted worldwide on a grander scale, she's already going to be prepared. She's already going to know what the wallet is for. She's already going to know what a token is, and Ethereum on the Ethereum network, on the blockchain, whatever, all that good stuff. So kudos to you, man.
Rocket ship seat.
She wants to pay for it with pure Lillian tokens. Lewis, how do you feel, man? I know you love the tax-free buys because every time they're in place, you're just like, you're putting it out there. And I know you've messaged me that, hey, man, I'm buying again. I love your enthusiasm, man.
Yeah, man. I think, again, it's probably because of my job, right? I do government affairs. I work for marginalized communities, and I always think of like, how do you bring additional people in? And tax-free buys should be a huge
Illuminati. Do not should be
a huge catalyst for new investors too. Like, I know it's for sentiment as a thank you to current holders, but this should be a huge. Anytime we do tax-free buys, we should all be coordinated, like official channels of communication, Facebook, anything saying, new investors, come check us out. There's an opportunity for you to get our LY token and not get taxed for it. That's how I view no tax-free buys, and that's why you'll see me shilling it so hard, and then William too, and Crypto Night too, because it's such a good opportunity to attract new people into the community.
I love it, man. I love it, and that's what I love about having these crypto talks, because everybody has their own point of view on what's happening, what people are doing everywhere. But I just love it, man. So I want to go ahead and move on to the next one. I don't know if you guys will be able to answer this question because it was brought up during the AMA. The airdrops are supposed to be completed by July 5th. Now, as far as a percentage, if you guys are able to give us any information like that, do you guys know if it's maybe 50%, less than 50% were airdropped, or more than 50% were airdropped? Once again, I really got to tell you guys are doing a phenomenal job, even by considering the airdrops, because I don't believe that many projects would probably be doing this if it would have happened. I can tell you right now off the bat, there's a project that I participated in where it was an unfair launch, and due to technical issues that they had during their launch, nobody ever got compensated. So it was a huge mess. And I really got to say, you guys stepped it up on this one. But if you guys can tell the community, because I know I get a lot of questions around this too. As the airdrops continue to be processed, would you guys say we're closer to the 100% mark at the moment?
I don't have Barney in here on the percentage of who's been airdropped, but I'm going to guess it's at least 45% or more.
Nice.
I'm just hypothetical. I'm just guessing from conversations. I haven't looked in the drive today. I've been in meetings. Clearly, I'm still dressed up. But I can get that number. We can get Barney. I mean, we'll get it this week before the 5th, I'm sure.
I'm actually kind of offended, Brad, because you outdressed me today, man.
Come on, man. No, I'm not that dressed up.
Now you look like a financial advisor.
I have long sleeves on. It's so muggy here right now. It's crazy.
Okay, cool. I've just got to say, man, it's not what you wear, it's how you wear it. Okay, so like t-shirt, you got to kind of toughen things up, get the pecs tightened. There we go. All right. So, Brad, all due respect, sir, take a step back.
The accessories.
I love it, man. You guys are insane. But I know we were supposed to say this from the beginning. Just FYI, guys, this is not financial advice. Although Brad does look like a financial advisor, he is not a financial advisor. Keep that in mind. Invest at your own risk and always do your own research. But I mean, I love what you guys are doing with the airdrops. Lewis, what do you think, man?
Hey, they're being done, and folks that had gripes with it, they're being taken care of. And William and I are very aligned on our feelings about it. But I'm glad people that deserve to get the airdrops are getting them. And for those that are crying about them, if they're not deserved, then they're not deserved. And the team, I trust the team in making the right judgment there. And Barney, Brad, and Cody I have their backs on this. So
at the end of the day, I got to agree on that. I mean, in reality, I'm pretty sure that a lot of people submitted their transaction hash without knowing if they were even going to become eligible for the airdrop. They just probably couldn't buy at the moment because either they didn't set the right slippage, or they were not utilizing the correct features on whatever they were buying through. So for some of the people who are not educated, and I wouldn't say that in an offensive manner, I'm just saying for some of you who have not fully done your research, maybe are new to crypto, when there is a launch, especially with a token of this caliber, which you guys did gain a lot of popularity, and I hate to say it that it's because of the wolf pack, but in reality, because you guys were supposed to be exclusive through SataMask, there was a huge wave of investors who were looking to invest in the token, and a lot of people still did invest on day one. So where I'm going with this is, if you were utilizing, for example, Uniswap, and you didn't set your slippage at a high percentage, because usually the recommended one, I think it was 9 to 16%, right, Brad? What we have on the website?
Yes.
Okay, so it's 9 to 16%. So if you put it around there during the first hour of launch, you most likely were not going to buy, and your transaction failed because of your slippage and because of the amount of people that are trying to buy all at once. For those of you who for those of you who don't understand what slippage is, it's pretty much what you're willing to pay for the variance in price if the token were to change in price. So if it goes up 9 to 16%, you would pay up to 60% more for the token if the price were to change while your transaction is processing. This is why you see that a lot of people are putting out there that they set a high slippage and a timeout of a small amount of time so that your transaction doesn't front run. So that's something to keep in mind and something educational for you guys here today. But William, tell me, how do you feel about these airdrops?
I'm not a fan. First, I think it taxes the dev team. It taxes Barney. I think it takes away from the project as a whole. People are focused and doing work on this that don't need to be doing it. I think when you buy at a launch, you are looking for big gains, means you're taking big risks. And if you don't make it, you don't make it. And if you lose some money, I'm not trying to make nobody mad, but the reality is we've all lost money. It happens. I've lost money several times doing these launches. That's part of what it is. If you're new to this, maybe you've never lost before, maybe you've only done one or two of these. That's the way it goes. I think it's a complete and utter waste of time. That's just me. That's how I feel about it.
And I'm wearing
Brad's going to get his pants on.
going to the pants store. I got my pants.
I mean, how many hours is Barney
actually
put in to helping people, and none of them are gonna be satisfied. I mean,
at the end of the day, I agree, man. There is, and I learned this through working for customer service for a really, really long time. Even in my current job, no matter what you do, there is always somebody that you will not satisfy, no matter how many times you apologize, no matter how many times you try to make it right. So, I mean,
but not only that, I feel like, for 3 months ago, you said, hey, you're hit. You might have some people cry about it. And some of them maybe do need to be helped, but it would have already been gone. They would have moved on. We wouldn't be talking about this anymore. But we're still talking about it 5 months later because we are trying to do the right thing. And as I think that does a lot for character. I do believe in that part of it. You look at somebody like FOMO Addict. The guy's a solid investor, big supporter. He's got his airdrop, I think, from what I understand. And there's a guy, I guess, is a shining example of why they should happen. But a lot of these guys are looking for a free handout. So I guess I'm not the right person to ask.
Yeah, and I'll go back to facts on popularity. And I paid the AP wire 4 times. Lily and Lillian Finance have put out national media that went to 94 million people. Paid media prior to Saitama. The only company to do it in crypto. Through professional media agencies that do stuff for Disney and other various entities. We worked on writing them. We put them out jointly. I paid for them myself. I'm about to do another one this week. I just got off the phone yesterday out of Tampa. These folks you don't get to this level of media release the AP wire has rules. You don't just get to write what you want and pop it out on the wire. You know, you have to do, there's a lot of character, and things, but, and there's people out in the public that understand that, but we went to 94 million agencies on one release, that first release for the launch in Vegas that I wrote and put out. So those items are what we're working on doing now in the future. So that spike during that timeline in history had a lot to do with certain media too, and hype and everybody else pushing everything on every front. It was a joint effort. That's all I'm saying. That's fact. When this comes back around, the catalyst that's coming, guys, these media people already primed up this week. I'm excited because now they're a little pissed off in a good way. And now they're like, you know, let's go.
Now we got something to look forward to.
It's going to be awesome. So
I'm glad to hear that. Now, I do want to touch up real quick on the 501c3 update, because that's also something that you guys mentioned through our update this morning. I know we mentioned that it's still in the works. Lewis, you mentioned to us before that you had prior experience with nonprofit organizations and how this filing works. I know for a lot of people who have joined the AMAs, who had the opportunity to hear about how lengthy sometimes this process is. Lewis, if you could elaborate on that just real quick and just talk to everybody so that we can kind of have a little bit of a more leveled ground. Because I know some people are kind of getting a little bit desperate and it's starting to show. We're seeing like Twitter getting flooded with what's going on with the 501c3. Why is it taking so long? When in reality, we know that we're dealing with an application that goes through our IRS, from my understanding. But if you could elaborate on that real quick, because I know you have more experience on that.
Yeah, man, I think, I'll just address the question that was asked on Telegram earlier today. And it was, what if it doesn't get approved? Why is it taking so long? And the reality is it probably will not get not approved, right? It will get approved. So if there's edits that need to be made, they'll be sent back to the team. The team will make them, and then the application will get sent back. It's just a process, man. If the IRS is not collecting money, they're going to take their time on doing something else. And I think in establishing the 501c3 status is just part of the game. It's an application that both entities are working together to make happen. And then when it does, it's gonna be a beautiful thing, and they can move forward with it. Barney said there was amendments made, so that's like the application got updated and then it got resent back. So it's just part of the process, and folks just need to be a little more patient there, because it is the federal government and it is the IRS, which, hey, we already started the process. Yeah.
8 people. We have one of the best agencies doing it with us in tandem. Yeah. 8 folks currently logged in helping. It is a stamp licked on an envelope and amendments mailed to Florida, and Tallahassee's behind. All kinds of things are backed up. It's not even.
Yeah. It's part of the bureaucracy.
Our hands.
Yeah. It's going to be. But once it gets going, it'll be done quickly. You'll see.
But we expedited 12 other items that we thought would be harder. Were done in days, 6 hours, 1 hour for one thing. They thought a lot of this stuff would be hard on us, and it was like boom, 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 boom. We were so prepared as a team because we're always working. I just load, and then they sent it. They're like, wow, this is amazing. We got one little piece. I think we're waiting on a signature on one piece of paper and the amendments. That's it. I mean, it's literally right there, and then the IRS saying, here you go, here's your number. And then cash flow, $1 million comes in. I got people waiting to give us money. Fiat currency, actually. It's nice. Actually embarrassing. Not embarrassing, but it's actually hard, because I was on the phone with a leader in this country this week, and they want to give and do, and you can't, on accounting standpoint, you can't take it until you have it, legally. It's crazy.
If I can clarify on that real quick, when you mentioned that you have people that are looking to give the money now, is that money that they're utilizing to buy tokens, or is that money that's going straight to the project?
No, I've got people wanting to give directly to the foundation.
Nice.
I've got country music singers willing to do concerts. We got NFT things held up. We've got people that just want to stroke a check. We've got corporations in the billions ready to just funnel money in for kids. And then the gates needs to drop so they can start doing it. There's a lot of, it has to be done right. And the website's in tandem being finished. It'll be turned on to what, 2 days before, or, you know, right when the number comes in, boom, website turned on. I think we're going to try to turn it on early. So
Nice.
And is that a letter of acceptance? The number is that that's not approval. That's acceptance. Is that what I understood?
Federal filing approval with your
EIN. So you get an EIN to operate as a nonprofit organization. I used to see these a lot when I used to be before my lending officer days, where I used to be just like a personal banker and open accounts and stuff like that. I used to see these a lot, but I just never bothered to ask what the time frame was that they received these documents. Like when I used to open accounts for churches, big businesses, corporations, LLCs, partnerships, all that great stuff. So now I know it's some research for me to do as well, just to kind of look at time frames a little bit. But man, this is crazy. But
just to add one more thing, Cool Crypto, I think what folks also need to understand is once the 501c3 is established, there is full transparency on what the foundation will be doing. You'll see the salaries from senior officials. You'll see the names of senior officials on there. Like, this is such a positive thing for our entity, for our ecosystem, that folks will see, like, this is for reals, y'all. Once it's fully there in 2023, when taxes get done, guess what? You're going to find out what the ED makes, what entity, you'll find out everything. So this is a good sign. And I think that's why the Tier 1 exchange is so adamant about having that confirmation of the 501c3, because that just solidifies their commitment that we're not going anywhere. You're a nonprofit entity in the United States. You are you're not going anywhere. So the other question was, why do they want the 501c3? This Tier 1 exchange wants it. Well, they're making exceptions. However, this is the backing. This is the backbone for that, to say Lillian is here for years to come.
I mean,
that's
there's
some awesome stuff.
I can go through some of the lists. It's real simple. It's filed amendments and articles. It's signed executive bylaws. Bylaws had to be changed. Amendments had to be done. There's charitable giving, what we do. There's our internal documentation on how we take, the children through the process. There's job descriptions. There's budgets for payroll. There's budgets for marketing. There's budgets, there's charitable giving and support items. There's children and family items in there, financial activities, on and on and on. It's nonstop. The strategic planning has to be in there. Timeline and next steps for 3 years have to be in there. There's a state guidebook you have to read to go through and work with folks on. People don't realize that every state has a different guidebook. You got to learn that, do a bunch of stuff with that. I mean, the formation of documents required isn't just snap your fingers like filing an LLC in a company. You can file that in 5 minutes for $150, right? Big deal. The formation of these documents is real work. And to have an agency doing that, not only having an agency to do it with us in tandem, we have a partner, the John Daly JDME, that has the experience and the leadership in that team and organization with the college and graduated with degrees on that, which is amazing. So we have like multiple support systems for this. This just wasn't like, thrown out to the public. It's a lot of work. And I've got the best of the best back here coaching me, like, back up a couple days and do this right. This looks good. You can't release this. You can't release wallets on the website. You're going to get sued. We got lawyers looking at it. It's amazing. Honestly, it's an amazing achievement for the community to get it done, honestly. So,
and I think overall it's pretty cool how this is paving the way for us to even get listed on the Tier 1 exchange, because for me, I think it's still early. We're still 4 months in, March, April, May, June. Yeah, sorry, I had to count my fingers.
I've lost track of days, actually.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's paving the way for us to even get listed on a Tier 1 exchange, which I'm hoping that eventually, if we do pretty well, and obviously since we have more applications in place, which I know you guys cannot disclose, we can only speculate, which I had said crypto.com. That was just my guess. I'm hoping that other exchanges finally see exactly what we're all about and what we're trying to do and get on board as well. So I'm very excited. With that being said, I'm going to come up on the last thing that we talked about besides the Tier 1 CEX. You guys talked about NFTs. Cody, you mentioned that there was something special happening in August. Can you elaborate on that?
No.
Come on.
Stop being shy.
When have you ever known me to be shy? I mean, let's be for real here. In fact, you know what? Just for that, cool. Check your phone. You just got a text message, sir. William, check Show Club on Telegram, sir.
Jesus. Oh my God, that was terrible.
Not shy at all. Okay.
I don't want to.
That's what you get for underestimating me. That being said, whenever I say I cannot elaborate, I cannot elaborate. Nothing has changed in the few hours between the AMA and the recap of the AMA. But I promise that whenever it does, we will absolutely be putting the information out there to Brad, not y'all. We'll get there eventually. What we'll do is we'll submit it to the marketing team and then see if we can actually get it out. So
nice. Well, for some of you who didn't catch it this morning, guys, they talked about doing something around NFTs in early August. So make sure that you guys keep your eyes peeled out for that. Who knows what it is, but there it is, man. But just to kind of wrap it up, because I know we're going on close to an hour. I know it's late on the Eastern time zone. For me, it's still early, so it's going to be dinner time soon. But I just kind of want to get everybody's final thoughts here, and I'm going to go ahead and start with Lewis, since you're right next to me, buddy. I honestly thought it was a killer AMA. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. They did the burn. We have the tax-free buys, airdrops, gave us an update on the 501c3. Our tier 1, they talked about the buying contest that William came up with. Dude, I mean, they're checking off so many things off the list. What's your take on all of this, man? I thought this was an amazing AMA.
Feeling good, man. Like I said, feeling good. Going to the summer, really going deep into the summer. There's going to be more things to come. I'm pretty sure Brad has more things up his sleeve that will be coming out this summer, and this is just the on-ramp for it. Everyone have a safe 4th of July. If you're in the U.S., have a good time. Don't drink and drive, but if you're gonna drink, have a good time.
William, how do you feel, man? A lot of great things happening. It was an amazing AMA. It was jam packed with a lot of updates. I kind of like how we had this compared to the previous weekly AMAs that we were having. I'd love to get an update where it's jam packed just like this and just full of surprises. What's your take on this?
Feeling very bullish. I think that Lillian, the dev team's growing, starting to understand a little bit more about what the community needs. There was a few different catalysts that took place. They may seem small, but together, it's a great momentum. It all helps out a lot. Only thing I would suggest is you have a lot of people here in the TG that are willing to help you in any way we can. Utilize this. I mean, just utilize this. I mean,
Fair enough.
I got decades of experience in various different areas. I know Lewis definitely. I'm sure he could type as fast as I can, but there's things we can do. So utilize this if you can. We're willing to do what we can as much as we can. But all in all, today's AMA was actually very good. They pulled it together. I was very happy with it. And be safe.
Ryan Patrick is okay. I spoke to him this week. Yeah, I see that. He's okay. We both agreed to back off for one video for the week for a bigger announcement later we're coming up with. So we spoke about that directly. So I'll give him I'll address that question. There's nothing hidden there. He's fine. He's, in Thailand. He's 12, 13 hours ahead of us in time zone. He's a great friend of mine. He knows a lot of what's actually going on in the back end of this company. Right now, what's about to happen and what's going on in the future. So he's a great asset and a great friend, and will do anything to help and have fun with it. So, he just took a week off. So what?
I did send them an invite. I sent one to Barney as well. And then, Lori was going to join us as well. She's actually one of my moderators as well. So is Lewis. But Lori couldn't make it. She had something else that she had to take care of already. But I did send one to Ryan. I was afraid of the time zone difference. I knew I was going to probably catch him at a bad time. But Barney as well. But yeah, overall, I think it was an amazing update you guys brought. Any final words for the community, Brad?
We're working hard. We're having fun with it. The summer and the bear market, we're kicking it. I'm pushing so many meetings. I'm like starry-eyed. with tech data and things I'm doing with blockchain. I'm in the mix with legal. Half my life is legal and blockchain, and just boom, 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 tag team. So if I'm not on Twitter, it's actually my fault. You know, I'll take the hit for it. So I'll step that up tomorrow, and I'll make sure that that ball's rolling again. But like, we're also restructuring an entire company in the bear market, you know, for what's coming at us. It's amazing. There's so much positive going on. We're transparent as we can be, you know. Personally, you know, I'm having a lot of fun. Lily's out on the, you know, traveling the country with her mom, a month road trip, you know, family, everything. She's healthy right now. She had a bad spot a while back. You know, I can't be any more prouder of Cody and the team and William and all these guys that are kicking it, man. I mean, I think I'm going to make a commitment to start engaging you more personally. I think I can step it up and get into the private chats a little more with you guys. I got to have a one-on-one with Cody in the Telegram. I am not the Telegram guru, man. I'm not going to admit it right now. I'll jump in there and photo dump. I don't care. But I'm excited. You know, if something's quiet, something good's coming. Okay? The biggest catalyst is coming right down. I had the best meetings of my life in the last 2 weeks for this. So
if you ever do get well acquainted with Telegram, please do not change your name to Brad Guru.
No, I don't.
I'm just saying, please. That was a inside joke for some of you who might understand it, what I'm referring to. But Cody, I mean, man, dude, I gotta give it to you guys hands down. Yeah, DeFi double shot, you're here. I know it's late. Talk to me, man. What final words do you have for the community?
You know what? I have not had nearly enough caffeine to give anything insightful. And if that's not the case, then I'm only going to get myself in trouble with anything I do say. That being said, guys, we love you. We appreciate it. DeFi double shot, come chat with us. It's casual. Hey, let us know what other projects you're into. Chill with us, chat with us. Let's talk about the whole thing. It's an amazing community, and hey, the plan is we're all going to make it. So,
and I don't know if Brad was pointing the finger because he's going to drop a bomb or something. Does he have something for us?
I saw the Tampa stuff. There is one. There's Lily. She does have one, and it's been around for some years, but it's her birthday's on. That's cute. Right?
That's awesome.
I love my Lightning, even though we lost, but we lost to a great club, Colorado. So.
I do want to thank everybody who stopped by. Most importantly, everybody who's part of the community and took the time out of their day to join us on this recap on the live chat. And I just want to throw it out there. Whoever is part of the community, and you guys would love to be on one of the lives, you know, send me a direct message. I welcome everybody to the lives as long as we keep it professional. But I want to thank the team for taking the time out of their busy day. Brad, I know you got a ton of things going. I know you got meetings, Cody, William. Everybody has busy days, but you guys managed to make it here. Everybody's always welcome in the channel. I appreciate you guys 1,000%. Thank you guys for stopping by. Other than that, you guys already know what it is, man. Everybody out there, stay cool.
Take care. Have a great night.
Take care, everybody.